Imagine waking up every day weighed down by the doubt gnawing at your gut. The gut-wrenching question, what if everything you've thought was the backbone of your hedge fund strategy is just noise? What if the endless chasing of shiny market trends, fancy models, and buzzwords is actually burying the real secret? That crushing frustration you feel when returns don't match your hours, your sleepless nights, your blood, sweat, and tears, it's not just bad luck. It's the system whispering that you need more. More tricks, more moves, more risk. But maybe, just maybe, the answer isn't in complexity. What if simplicity holds a power so raw, so intense, that it can fuel a decade of hedge fund returns? What if one clear, unshakable thesis, anchored in reality and ruthless logic, can not only steer through every crash, every rally, every hidden crisis, but crush it, again and again? This isn't fantasy. It's a call to fight the noise, the endless fire hose of data that buries your edge under a flood of distractions. This is about cutting through the crap and locking onto one truth, one bold, disruptive thesis, and building everything from that fire. It's brutal out there. Markets are chaotic. Institutions, algorithms, headline-driven hysteria, they swarm you constantly, attempting to fracture your focus, dilute your edge, grease the wheels of mediocrity with their endless chatter. You see it all, the towering pressures, the endless siren call of diversification across nonsense sectors, the endless promise that this time it's different as the bubble inflates. You know what's missing? Fuel, clarity, conviction. The kind of conviction forged in battle, in pain, in relentless obsession. Not just any conviction, the conviction to pour every ounce of your mind, every single second of your day, into chasing down the one thesis that doesn't waver under pressure. Because when volatility hits, when headline risk explodes, when the market goes red without mercy, that's the moment your thesis has to roar. If it bends, breaks, or blinks, you lose. Simple. Most hedge funds are drowning in noise disguised as information, shackled by 1,000 what-ifs and watered-down complacency hoping to blend into the crowd. But not the elite, not the ones who dominate. Those who make a decade's worth of returns not by following the herd, but by unleashing the power of a radical, singular insight, something their competitors laughed at yesterday and begged for tomorrow. This is the edge you crave, a doctrine single-minded enough to strip away the fluff, yet adaptable enough to evolve as the world shifts beneath your feet. Easier said than done? Absolutely. But it's the only path from surviving the market to owning it. Think about it. The ones who last, who don't just eke out gains, but crush expectations, don't get there through fancy buzzwords or layers of complexity. Nope, they find that pulse, that heartbeat of the entire market. They lock onto a thesis that flavors every decision, every position, every pivot. They don't hedge their bets with timid indecision. They attack with clear-eyed focus, bleeding conviction from every trade they make. And here's the hardest truth. The world wants you to play safe, to be average, to accept compromises. But you aren't average. You're not here to blend in. You're here to win, to break chains, to reshape not just portfolios, but your entire approach to investing. Imagine what it means to be that fund manager who sees through the market's noise, who doesn't flinch when everyone else panics, who doesn't get dragged into every fad and every panic. The power to look at an idea and know, this is it. This holds through market cycles, through crises, through bull runs and bear traps. To wield that thesis like a weapon, bringing clarity to chaos, order to disorder. Now that's liberation. Not from some pie-in-the-sky fantasy, but from the very chains that bind the vast majority to mediocrity. Fear, confusion, paralysis. One thesis cuts through all that. It gives you freedom. The freedom to take outsized risks with confidence. The freedom to swim against the tide and come out a giant. The freedom to build something real, something lasting. Here's where the game changes. The thesis isn't just an investment idea. It's a mindset, a rulebook you write for yourself, a filter for everything you let touch your portfolio. It's what turns market noise into a whisper you can ignore, because you have something deeper, richer, more primal driving your decisions. You train it, nurture it, sharpen it. Maybe it's a macro theme that no one else is brave enough to see. Maybe it's a tech trend, an ESG factor, an overlooked credit imbalance. Whatever it is, it must be ruthlessly tested, war-gamed under every scenario imaginable. Because the market will try everything to burn your thesis down. Recessions, policy shifts, wars, bubbles, crashes. Only the strongest, the purest, survive this trial. And if yours stands tall, it won't just survive, it will dominate. It will carry you through 10 years of storms, while the others get washed away. But be warned. This isn't for the faint-hearted. The market doesn't reward the hesitant or the indecisive. It punishes the unsure, the fence-sitters, the believers in diversification for safety. The truth is brutal. Holding dozens of safe positions won't save you when the crisis strikes. It's the razor-sharp conviction in one thesis that slices through the chaos and captures outsized returns. You must dedicate yourself relentlessly to finding that thesis, obsessing over it day and night, connecting dots others don't see, shredding conventional wisdom without mercy. In this crucible, what feels uncomfortable, what challenges your deeply held beliefs, embrace it. That's where the gold lives. There's a deeper reason this works too. When you build your entire strategy around one powerful thesis, you stop chasing illusions of control and start dancing with reality itself. You harmonize with the real forces driving the market, not the flimsy narratives spun by news cycles and biased pundits. And in that alignment lies power on a scale few understand. A power that fuels confidence, sharpens timing, and beats the endless noise with surgical precision. Your thesis becomes a lighthouse in the storm, a stable anchor amid the chaos. And here's the kicker. This isn't just theory. History is packed with hedge funds who made their mark by doing exactly this. They stood alone, outcast for rejecting the safe path. They burned bridges with conventional wisdom. They survived the backlash and emerged as legends. Their decade-long returns, a direct result of unwavering belief in a single, tight thesis. You want to be part of that story, to be that force. It is possible. It is necessary. And the path lies in obsessing over what truly moves markets, stripping away every distraction, every maybe, every temptation to second guess. If this message hits something deep inside, a restless energy, a refusal to settle, it's your signal. The world you navigate daily is rigged to keep you distracted, compliant, average. But your potential, your fire, your raw talent demand more. They demand a revolution inside your own mind, a complete realignment behind one thesis so pure and so bold that it eclipses everything else. It's a lonely road. Few dare to walk it. But those who do, they don't just make money. They remake reality. They become the edge the world fears. So ask yourself, what's your one thesis? Have you truly honed it, tested it, sharpened it until it cuts through everything? Or are you still gambling on a dozen half-baked ideas hoping one sticks? This is the moment that separates pros from amateurs. The moment when clarity demands total commitment. The moment where hesitation is death. To survive 10 years, no, to dominate 10 years, you must find your singular truth and follow it with utter ruthlessness. The markets will do their worst. The world will try to bury you in endless noise and false comfort. But one thesis, crafted, refined, lived, will light a fire so bright it burns through every crisis, every lie, every moment of uncertainty. That fire won't just power your returns, it will fuel your freedom, your sovereignty, your ability to carve a legacy that lasts far beyond numbers on a screen. So, dive in, starve out distractions, trust your intuition, build your fortress of certainty around that one thesis. Because once it's real, once it's honed, once it refuses to break, it won't just power a decade of returns. It will redefine what it means to be unstoppable. This is the secret the system doesn't want you to know. The power no one else is willing to claim. Your time to rise is now. Don't just play the market. Own it.